In this series of demos, we'll be looking at how Magic's AI-aware integration helps Epicor customers from shop floor to top floor. In the first demo, we'll be focused on the shop floor, looking at how machine data and job status can be pulled together with tracking and tracing data and integrated with products such as Epicor's Kinetic or P21 ERPs. In the second demo, we'll be looking at the business layer. We'll be looking primarily at different systems that enable e-commerce, for example, integrating between Epicor ERPs and various CRMs like Sugar AI. We'll be looking at distribution systems like Keyclow and logistics systems such as Elite Extra. Finally, at the top level, we'll be looking at how executives can monitor in real time the performance of their business using KPI dashboards and activity-based costing. In this demo, we'll be looking at how Magic can integrate between shop floor systems and ERP such as Epicor Kinetic or Epicor P21. Magic is able to integrate with shop floor data from a variety of different systems, whether it is data systems like Ignition that integrate via the MQTT protocol, historians such as GE Proficy or AVEVA PI that integrate via REST APIs or direct database access, or direct connections into PLCs via OPC. Once captured, manufacturing data can be integrated into any system. In this example, we integrate into Epicor Kinetic. When we look at a particular lot, we can see the production details that were captured during the manufacture of that lot. In addition to integrating the data between shop floor systems and ERP, the data is also made available for use in advanced reporting and through AI applications. For example, by combining production data, quality data, and job data from ERP, we can build dashboards that show not only production details, but also show a full digital birth certificate for every part that is produced. I can look up this part and I can see all the steps and the times which it went through all those steps. I can see different process values at different steps in the manufacture, and I can see test results all in one place. In addition, all data in the system is AI enabled, meaning that I can just ask questions about my data. In this case, I'm going to ask what parts failed the leak check. Because the AI is tied into all the different integrated systems, it is able to give a single, coherent, integrated result. In this demo, we'll be looking at how Magic creates bidirectional integrations between common business systems, including CRMs like Salesforce and Sugar, ERPs like Epicor Kinetic and P21, e-commerce systems like Keyclow, and logistics systems like Elite Extra. We'll also look at how Magic makes all of these systems, including legacy systems, AI-ready. In this first example, we'll show synchronization between Salesforce and Epicor Kinetic. Both standard objects and custom objects can be synchronized. Let's start by making a change to the address in Salesforce. We can see that the address has been updated in Kinetic. Next, we'll create a new order in Salesforce. We can see that this order is integrated into Kinetic with information about the customer and line items. With bidirectional syncing, if I modify the order quantity in Epicor, I will see it reflected in Salesforce. In this example, we'll be looking at how Sugar AI can integrate with distributor software from Keyclow. So as you can see here, we have our product catalog in Sugar. This is automatically synced with our Keyclow catalog, and we can see that the product details, stock, and even prices all come directly from Sugar. If in Sugar now, I update the quantity on hand of a particular item, I can save that, and you can see when I reload in Keyclow, the quantity is updated. If I place an order in the Keyclow storefront, I can see that that order comes into Sugar, complete with line items and pricing. Finally, through integration with logistics systems such as Elite Extra, I can get full shipping information and status updated in real time into both Sugar and Keyclow. Data in any of the systems integrated by Magic can be used in AI, regardless of the underlying system. Magic exposes this data as tools which can be consumed by standard LLMs. In this case, we've made data from Sugar AI, Tiklo, and Elite Extra available through tools to Claude. I can go ahead and ask questions. For example, what orders does Midwest Industrial have open? It will use tools to go and query those systems and tell me about the orders. I can then follow up with the context of the LLM. This order 3008 delayed. So now again, it will use a different tool to figure out the status and Elite Extra of this order. And then I can ask, are all parts in inventory? So here it's going to my ERP to go and check the inventory. And so you can see in this way, it's able to use data across all these different systems together in a single AI context to get good answers to these conversational questions. In this final demo, we'll see what happens if you combine all of the capabilities we've shown so far, including integrating data from the shop floor and the business processes, and using advanced AI on that data. This rich data allows us to build tools, such as AI-driven dashboards, that show the complete status of the business in real time, allowing true data-driven decisions. This application is for activity-based costing. The goal is to break down the costs and performance of the business by unit and unit type, so that we can see what is working and what isn't. The application is organized by roles. So you can see here several roles, including the cost analyst, operations manager, and the CFO, in order to give just the right data to each person. Let's start with the cost analyst role. The cost analyst sees detailed information about the cost of the business. For example, on the ABC dashboard, they can see the total production costs, the total number of units, the cost per unit, and loss to quality. There are also a set of AI-driven insights. So for example, I can see here that there's an elevated scrap rate. I can dive deeper to bring up an AI assistant, which can give me more information about this rate. I can ask questions and they're answered with the full context of all the data from all of my applications. As you can see, the AI has come back with detailed data based on my real operational data. Moving on, I can see, for example, a cost allocation heat map. This shows each product and each step in the assembly process and where the costs are. So I can see from this map that most of my costs are in final assembly, and that might be a good target for optimization. The cost analyst also has access to numerous reports and production planning. For example, this report shows different activities and shows the optimization priority and efficiency of each activity, as well as the cost of that particular activity for each unit. Next, we'll look at the operations manager. This role sees real-time operational data about the plant, again, paired with AI insights. This data comes from not only the live readings of the data coming in from the plant, real-time sensor readings, but also pairs this with financial data to give cost and estimates. Finally, we'll look at the CFO role. The CFO sees many specific reports for the business as a whole. One interesting one is the MPV analysis. This analyzes new projects that have been proposed, the investment amount, and the likely return on those investments. And you can see AI insights tell us about ROI, capital efficiency, and risk of each of these proposed projects. By collecting data from multiple systems across the company and pairing that with AI-driven insights, we are able to provide a total view of the activities of the business and aid decision-making.